Samsung's upcoming mid-range offerings, the Galaxy A56 5G and Galaxy A36 5G are shaping up to be strong contenders in the affordable smartphone market. While both devices share several similarities, such as a 6.64-inch display, Gorilla Glass protection, and a 5000 mAh battery, there are key differences that set them apart. The A56 5G is expected to feature a more premium aluminum frame, a slightly more powerful chipset, and faster 45-watt wire charging. It also seems to have an edge in the camera department, with a high-resolution ultra-wide and front camera compared to the A36 5G. Meanwhile, the A36 5G is likely to stick to a plastic frame and slightly lower-end hardware, but it would still be a great option for budget-conscious buyers, with rumors suggesting that both models may include Galaxy AI features. Battery performance and overall efficiency will be worth watching. As we await their official launch in March 2025, this preliminary comparison highlights what we know so far and what to expect from Samsung's latest mid-range lineup. The new Galaxy A series will mostly look similar to their predecessor, with one more noticeable change. Instead of having the rear camera separated, they'll be in one vertical pill-shaped island. The more expensive A56 is also expected to come with an aluminum frame instead of the plastic one on the Galaxy A36. Dimensions are expected to be almost identical, coming in about 6.34 by 3.05 by 0.32 inches. The weight, however, will be different, since the A36 in its plastic frame weigh less than the A56 aluminum one. Other than that, both are expected to have the same Gorilla Glass Victus Plus protection for the display and glass back panel. We also suspect both phones will keep the same IP67 dust and water resistance rating as earlier models. Samsung is expected to slightly increase the screen size from 6.6 inches on the previous models to 6.64 inches on the new ones. The resolution will likely stay 1080p, and you'll have the same 120Hz smooth refresh rate. Our biggest hope is Samsung bumps the brightness levels. The previous A-series model scored 930 nits of max brightness, which makes them a bit hard to use outdoors in bright sunlight. Leaked images show relatively slim bezels for the A56 5G and A36 5G, but you still have the slightly larger chin on both models. Performance is where the pricier Galaxy A5X model differs from the A3X. Early Geekbench results reveal the Galaxy A56 5G could get an Exynos 1580 chipset, while the A36 5G is rumored to have a slightly less capable processor, either a Snapdragon 6 Gen 3 or Snapdragon 7S Gen 2. The previous models, despite different chips, had comparable real-world performance, so we are curious to see if this changes with the new models. As for the memory, the leaked Geekbench listing also hints at a jump from 6GB to 8GB, although that's only for the Galaxy A56. Samsung might stick to 6GB on the A36 to keep its price down. 8GB of memory, however, is the minimum requirement for Galaxy AI, and if Samsung intends to offer its AI features for both models, it would need to bump up the RAM for both. Speaking of AI, we see no reason why the A56 and A36 wouldn't get all of the Galaxy AI features, since the Galaxy S24 FE also comes with 8GB of memory and supports them. As for the software update situation, our expectations are that Samsung will stick to 4 years of major Android and One UI updates for the A56 and A36, just like with the current models. Both phones should launch with Android 15, which is good news. The new platform supports satellite connectivity, which would be great, but keep in mind that enabling this feature requires specialized hardware, and it might only arrive to the flagship models and not the A series. Despite a new styling for the camera housing, there are no rumors about an overhaul to the camera specs. Here are the expected cameras on both. For the Galaxy A56 camera, the main is 50MP with an f1.8 aperture. For the ultra-wide, it's 12MP with f2.2, while the macro camera is a 5MP with front camera a 32MP, whereas the Galaxy A36 sports a main 50MP camera with f1.8 aperture, the ultra-wide 8MP with f2.2, macro camera is a 5MP and the front is a 13MP. As you can see, the A56 5G uses a slightly bigger sensor sensor for the main and ultra-wide cameras, and it also has a better front camera. There's no dedicated telephoto zoom lens on either one. There are also the new chipsets to consider, which can easily affect the image quality from each camera and introduce new video recording capabilities, such as new frame rates and photo or video modes. The increase in memory and the addition of AI has an even greater potential to impact the camera experience on both the A56 and the A36. Both phones are expected to have a 5000 mAh battery, but the A56 5G will charge significantly faster at 45 watt compared to 25 watt on the A36 5G. However, wireless charging remains unlikely for both models. Additionally, Samsung isn't expected to include a charger in the box with the A56 5G, so buyers will need to purchase a compatible 45 watt charger separately. At the end of the day, the Galaxy A56 5G and the A36 5G appear to be more similar than different. The A56 5G is expected to get an aluminum frame, a marginally faster chip, a slightly better camera, and fast charging, but those aren't such huge differences. The big question is whether both of these phones will support Galaxy AI, and we still don't have an answer. Leaks are already pouring in, so we should have more details before the official launch, which is expected in March 2025.